Hello, people are starting to come in. Hi everybody, hi Bryn. Hi Kat, how are you? You guys read the book? Did you like it? Oh, more people are coming. I just leave my glasses on. Hey Sarah, how are you? Oh, good. Hey Jess, how are you? Good, Bryn. I'm glad. Hi Danielle. I loved it too. I have to say I really did. What was your favorite part? Hey, over 60 with Flair, tell me your name again because I cannot remember. I feel like I know it, but I can't remember. I'm so sorry. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Constance. Everybody so far liked the book. Is there anybody that didn't like the book? Oh, your 16-year-old read and loved it too. Yes. Hi, Wishbone. How are you? Janie. I don't know if I knew that. Okay, Janie. Gotta remember that. You did enjoy the book, Constance. That's great. I liked it too. I really did. Was anybody surprised at the ending? Because I feel like my husband would have pinned it because he is one of those that watch mysteries and like can tell you the ending. But I was a little bit shocked, I gotta say. I know we're not supposed to skip to the end, but I was just wondering if anybody like saw it coming or not. So good. Yeah. Hi, Amity. Hi, Laura. How are you? My chat is a little bit slower than the one on my phone. You wanted to know more of Eva's story at the end. Yeah. I was actually annoyed in the beginning, like after they switched tickets, when the story shifted and it started with Eva's story 6 months before the flight. And I was like, I want to know more about Claire. And then I was glad that they set up the story about Eva starting back that far. Because they didn't really tell a ton of Claire's backstory. We got a lot of Eva. You were surprised. I was too. You weren't surprised. They did do a good job with it. I didn't guess the twist. Now looking back, it was so obvious because they focused so much on Eva, but I was surprised. I wanted Eva to be safe too. I really wanted her to just be in some tropical island somewhere living her best life, you know? I know, I should have known too. I felt so silly when I read it. I was like, oh, why didn't I see that? It did have a sad ending. It did, because you were rooting for both ladies. I kind of wanted to know more of Claire's backstory. We got a little bit, but I mean, I didn't want to hear about the abuse, but I kind of wanted to hear more of how it got to that point, I guess. Yeah, Eva did grow on me. She was so smart. Yeah, I liked both characters too. And then were you surprised? I don't know. I feel like I'm going backwards. Should I start at the beginning or should we just talk about it as it flows into my head? I'll just say this. Were you surprised about who Danielle was? That was a little plot twist sort of right there at the end too. That she was actually a helper and not who Claire thought she was. I know. I wanted Eva to be safe too. You figured Claire would come out okay. Yeah, she wasn't the type to keep. I don't know. I think that she would have, had she not thought he was coming after her, I think she would have just disappeared and not shown up again. So I was actually happy that her hand got forced a little bit and she had to come forward so that she could have a regular life, you know? Because think about her life if that didn't happen. If she didn't come forward and she was just hiding, she would have been looking over her shoulder the rest of her life. You were surprised about her assistant. Danielle, you were surprised about Danielle. You figured it out about halfway through because of her nickname. I didn't catch that she had a nickname. Isn't that funny? I think my TV's on and there's a glow. I don't know, is that bothering anybody? Here, hold on, let me just turn it off. Sorry, that was bothering me. I couldn't figure out where the blue glow is from, but I had, oh, sorry if you saw my hiney in the air. So who did you like better, Claire or Eva? Like, who were you rooting for the most? Everybody slow down. You guys can ask questions too, also. I did pull up a book club discussion. I didn't make the questions, somebody else did, but I thought we could go through some of those too. Yeah, I'm sure that they said the daughter's nickname, but I couldn't remember. Did they called her Ellie or something? I can't remember now. Yeah, someone had to get justice. Claire did, and maybe Eva did too. I liked Eva's story. I was rooting for her. I felt really bad for her. She had such a hard life, and especially when she showed up at her grandparents' house and she had this like idyllic grandparent life in her head, and then she shows up and it's dilapidated and just awful. I mean, I hope that that gave her peace in the end, and because she was always searching for someone to love her. You wanted Eva to have made her escape and be safe on an island. That's what I wanted too. The grandparents were really, really sad. I agree. I felt really bad. And then to know that her mother died when she was 8, so she had wondered about her mom her whole life. I don't know, I guess the grandparents couldn't really come and tell her, but it would have been nice for someone to have been able to say. It was shocking. That's what we were talking about, Nan, that if anybody's just coming in, hey, I'm so glad you're here. I feel like if I start shouting out everybody's names, it gets monotonous. So I'm glad you all are here. You were originally rooting for Claire, but at the end you were rooting for them both. Yeah, I definitely wanted to hear more of Claire's story. I just was interested in that whole political thing. And then I also kept wondering if Petra and her brother, who seemed to have mob ties, were ever going to like come and weave back through the story, and they didn't until, or Petra didn't until the end. Oh, the dealer being the head guy. I wasn't surprised about that. I didn't necessarily see it, but I wasn't surprised by it. Dex or Fisher? Is it Fisher? Dax or Fisher? I can't remember. I don't know if I'm going to find it. Dex. Dex was the guy. And they called him, is it Fish or Fisher? I don't remember. Fish. They called him Fish. Yeah. You really thought Petra was involved with the swap? What did you think Petra was involved in? I know, I kept worrying about her too. I was like, get out, get out. I was surprised that guy didn't show up, Fish didn't show up sooner than he already did. Oh, you thought Petra was in cahoots with the husband. That would have been an interesting turn of events. I thought it was very interesting, and I was kind of freaking out for Claire when she woke up in the middle of the night and she went and got the jump drive and was copying all of her husband's files, and she knew all the secret passwords and stuff. That was very clever of her, but I was so worried that he was gonna come in and beat her up or something. I was like, hurry, please. Hurry. And I felt really bad for the people in the house that she was living in, that he was paying off the kids' college tuition and the grandkids' college tuition of his employees so that they wouldn't tell what was going on in the house. That made me really sad, that she couldn't lock a door, that she couldn't even pack her own bag. 2 times people went into her suitcase and were pulling out clothes and putting out new ones. Like, I want to dress myself. I don't know. I felt so bad for her. You were expecting the bird to be the best man at the wedding? What am I missing? Am I missing something? The bird? The wedding? Was there a wedding? What did I miss? Okay. When the phone number was disconnected, yeah, I was freaking out for her when she called Petra and the phone number was disconnected. That was crazy. Yeah, had no privacy. She was brave. And to know that she'd escaped once and then that husband of her friend, like, just sent her back into it. I can't even imagine so many people knowing that there was abuse going on. It was like that. What did we read? What was the book that we read the time before this about the island? It's not Where the Crawdads Sing, but it's similar to that one. It was the same thing. That boy had abuse in his house, and no, everybody kind of knew about it, but they weren't doing anything about it. I hate that. Oh, you were also curious as to why Eva had left the phone behind. Yes. The Scent Keeper. Yes, Debbie. Thank you. I loved that book too. You knew something had to be up from the phone. I thought she was just like leaving her lifeline behind. It was so much. I couldn't let, oh, Milo. He's back there taking a snooze. There was so much, and I couldn't put it down. Like, I read it. I picked it up one day and read a few chapters and then put it down. And then when I picked it up a second time, I read like 90% of the book in like 23 hours. I was just like consumed by it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I remember the wedding. Sorry. Now I remember. I just finished reading it like a week ago. I'm sorry. Now I remember. Okay. And when she was at the was it the wedding, or she was at the catering affair and somebody yelled, "Claire, is that you?" And also when she got in the car to go to the news broadcast that she was going to do, and she thought the guy was like a hitman, that was like freaky too. I know, that federal agent guy, but I mean, maybe they don't. Maybe they don't give witness protection like we think that they do. I feel like in movies and stuff, we always see that, but I'm sure that is very expensive and there's not the funds to let everybody do that. But yeah, he put her in a bad position. Go to jail or fear for your life and probably die. I mean, testify. If you testify, you're probably dead. If you don't testify, we're sending you to jail. Yeah, it was bad. You thought for sure he was a hitman. I did too, because she didn't ask or anything. Yeah, I do think, I don't know if Claire found her inner courage, to be honest with you, because she escaped to the hotel room, and then the only reason that she stepped up was because the detective came to her hotel room. I think events were sort of forcing her and pushing her. She did email the news agent, though, I guess. That was pretty brave. I can't imagine having to live my life like that. Let me look at some of the questions on here and see if there's anything. Did you feel the story was believable? That's a good question. I definitely think that it could be believable, for sure. Switch passport, switch. I'm sure it probably happens. It's happened before. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is the story believable? I think anything's believable in this day and time, right? Diego, you liked the book? I'm glad. What character was I most drawn to? I don't know. I think I was most drawn to Claire, to be honest. I loved Eva's story and I loved learning about her. But I think I was most drawn to Claire. Yeah. I feel like you realize she would never have a true life if she didn't come out. Yeah, I totally agree. I agree with that, for sure. So do you guys think it's believable? The getting off the plane was a little suspect for me when Claire got off the plane, or when Well, Eva didn't get off the plane. She just dropped her stuff at the ticketing thing, went down to tie her shoe, and was going to scurry off to the side, and they wouldn't let her. I could see that happening. But I guess I've never realized, I've flown a ton, but I guess I've never realized that they do a head count, which totally makes sense that they do a head count on a plane, but I've never, now I see the stewardesses or the flight attendants walking through and like looking at everybody, and now I know what they're doing, but in hindsight, when I'm traveling, I've never really paid attention that they do a head count before. It's amazing what you just don't pay attention to when you're traveling or something. Let's see, I was gonna look for some more questions. Oh, this was a good one. Do you think the author based Rory, the abusive husband, off of any real life politicians? I couldn't really think of any, but I'm sure that happened. Big political families, you hear about corruption and covering up crimes and things like that. Go back. Believable and scary. I feel like she, yeah. I kept wishing that Eva, I know. I wish that she would have, I just wish she would have lived. I feel bad for her. Yeah, that's what we were saying, Cammie, that we didn't, some of us expected the ending and some of us didn't. I was definitely surprised. Who was the lady in the pink sweater at the news conference? So when they went into the bathroom stall, Claire and Eva, and they switched out what they were wearing and they switched their purses, Claire had on a pink sweater that I think her husband's aunt had given her. And so Eva had given Claire her green jacket that she like would always put the drugs in, and Claire had given Eva the pink sweater. So when she saw the pink sweater in the crowd, she thought she got away somehow. She kept thinking maybe it was Eva. Does that make sense? I think she was hoping. I was a little surprised. I mean, I know that I know that a lot was going on with Claire in her head, but I was a little surprised she wasn't freaking out more about the plane going down and someone dying. I know she was in survival mode, but I think I would have been like rocking in the corner. I don't know. I don't know. I just expected her to have more emotion there. Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of the, well, she does mention JFK and Caroline in that book. She does make a mention of that, of them in the book. They said if somebody told you that JFK was doing this to Caroline, and somebody said, well, it's the Me Too movement, of course. So maybe that was her like little hint at who she was writing about. Interesting on how the empty seat came about. Yes. So why was the seat empty? Good question. Was she just in the bathroom? Who knows? Yeah, you're right. She wasn't allowed to have feelings. I don't know. She was very brave. I'm glad Eva made a good friend too. That professor was so good for her. And I loved that she took the ornament with her and went Christmas tree shopping. I think she gave her a little bit of normalcy and family, which I was happy that she had in real life, for sure. Okay, let's see what else they say. Oh, that's interesting. There is a question about that. The flight to Puerto Rico crashes and everyone thinks that Claire was on the flight. Now let's talk about Claire's reaction. So apparently I'm not in the minority there thinking that they thought she would have more of a reaction. Let's talk about Eva's relationship with Liz and how it impacted her going forward. Do you think that helped to spur her in the direction to leave, realizing that she had somebody out there that did love and care for her? I know she had other things with the detective after her and the drugs and all that, but do you think that helped her be able to skip town? Oh, that's a good question too. This one said, why do you think Eva decided to leave behind Berkeley instead of testifying against Dex? I think Dex was a big football player, and I went to a college with a big football player. I went to the University of Tennessee, and I don't know. It was all about football. You know what I mean? Hold on, I went too far back. Hold on, I went way up. Got to get back to the chat. Oh, maybe. You think it mentions that Eva changed to a window seat? That could have been a detail that I totally missed, but I bet you're right. Okay, that's what you guys are saying. I missed that. I felt this started strong, but then lost steam fast. I kept feeling that it could have been a much shorter book and kept the suspense. I don't know. I kind of felt like they had to dig into Eva's story so that we had that like connection with her before they dropped to the ending. Hold on. The twist with the professor and her daughter caught me off guard. Yes, we were talking about that early, Sherry. We thought so too. I was definitely surprised. And what the different perspective is. Claire thought she was always against her and going against her to her husband and telling, but she was really trying to stay on her case and keep her going so that she wouldn't get beaten. Oh, I was thinking that too, Dawn. I had that thought for a minute because he was acting shady in their like secret that secret web page that they were using. Dawn said that she was thinking that maybe Claire's husband caused the plane crash. I mean, it would have had to have happened so quickly by the time he got to the hotel, got the envelope, figured out what she was doing. I mean, he was a powerful man. Maybe he would have been able to make it happen that fast. But I definitely had that thought in my head is, did he do something? So good point. All right, let's see. Let me look at some other questions and see what else they have. Rory is violent and abusive toward Claire. What do you think was the catalyst for her to finally get away? That's a good question because it had the abuse had been building up. She had tried to escape one time. What do you think the catalyst was for her to try and escape again? A lot of women, I think, if they would have been caught, would have been too scared to try it again. I think she had an inner strength about her and determination and independence that kept her going. Okay, we slowed down, guys. Are we done talking about the book? We can talk about other things if you're done. I think it was his running for office. Yes, that's a good point. His running for election. She just couldn't do it anymore and face the lies. Yes. Enough was enough. I think you're right about him running for office for sure. It was progressively getting worse, right? Well, if she'd already cracked bones and stuff, for sure. So we can keep talking about the book, but I have a question in terms of, do we want to stop book club, maybe pick it up and do a Christmas book in December, or do we want to continue and maybe do a different genre this next month? Because we did sort of a beachy read, and then with the Scent Keeper, we did more of a book club book. This one was supposed to be a mystery, and I guess it was a little suspenseful and mysterious. So is there a different genre you want to try? Is there a different book that you want to read? Let me know. The election and then having someone help her plan it out. Petra had the resources she needed. Thank God for Petra. She was her lifeline. Do one more. Poor little Milo. He is comfortable. He makes the cutest little sounds when he sleeps too. You love club talks. I just feel like we don't have a lot of attendance tonight. I actually it creeped up on me today. I was like, oh my gosh, today's supposed to be book club day. You want to do another mystery? There was another book that we talked about last month, and we did a vote between this one and the other one. So maybe we can look at doing that one. Hold on. I'll tell you what book it is, and you guys can tell me what you think. Hold on. One of you might remember what it is, but I'm just going over to my community tab where we voted. The Girl from Widow Hills by Miranda. And let me see if I can read you the information about that. It says The Girl from Widow Hills by Miranda. Miranda is back with another thriller. When she was a child, Arden Maynor was swept away during a storm while sleepwalking, only to be found days later. Her story made her famous, but as an adult, she wants nothing more than to live a normal life. But as the 20th anniversary of her rescue approaches, Arden begins sleepwalking again. This time she wakes up with a dead body at her feet. So that one's sort of a murder mystery. Is that something you guys would be interested in? The vote was pretty close between this one and the Widow Hills book. So if that one looks good, we can move forward with that one. Did I get any of the book August? No, I only got book of the month for the 1 month that they sent it to me for a review. And because I know a lot of you get it, I just thought this one would be a good one because you wouldn't have to like search it out in the library or pay for another one. So that's why I did that one. But I don't get that one normally. Hey, you made the book. Yay, Megan. You like this one in the evening? Good. I need to bring my lives back. I used to do them every Thursday, and then they just got a little redundant, so I stopped. But maybe going into the fall, I will bring them back. It's actually a good night to do them because only one kid has an activity, so my husband can drop off and pick up. Something uplifting or inspiring. Okay, gotta let me know. It's gotta be kind of universally flattering for everyone. If you have any ideas, I'm happy. You can put them down below. Carol says yes. Is that yes to the Widow Hills book? And then I feel like nobody's really answering questions. I had some pushback where on the first book club, people were like, well, are you gonna actually talk about the book after we did it? And I was like, they were people that didn't even come on and like discuss the book. So I want to discuss the book as much as you guys want to discuss the book, but if you want to keep doing it, we will. But if you want to ask questions or talk about what we had for dinner or what we're watching on TV or whatever, we're absolutely able to do that too. I'm planning to be on here for another at least 30 minutes. Okay, Nan, you guys got to come up with one if that's what you want. Tell me what ideas you have. What about a book with world events in them that happened around the world? Again, I need whatever you guys want to do is fine. I just need some books if you'll throw them out to me. I try not to do brand new books because they're hard for some of you guys to get at the library. I try not to do super old books because then people are like, but I already read that one. So it's a fine line with keeping everybody happy. So if it's a book that's just only been out maybe less than 6 months, that's a nice kind of middle of the road. It's not as strong on the waiting list at the library, and chances are people haven't gotten it yet. So that's kind of what I look for. Hi, Gay. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Gayatria? Gayatra? Oh, I'm not saying your name right. Gayatri. Gayatri? Is that how you say it? From India, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. You're living in Austin. I love and order a lot of subscriptions after watching you. Can you say my name? Well, I tried, but I don't know if I got it right. But hey, I'm glad you're here. Very glad you're here. I'm attending, but just listening right now. You're totally fine. My first book club. Hey, Kendra. Okay, you guys want to do more? You made fried green tomatoes and your youngest told you he'd eat the crunchy outside, but not to waste the tomatoes. I love that. I have to say, tomatoes are one of the few vegetables that I don't like either. So I'm with him there. I'm with him there. Have people read Educated? I haven't heard of that one, but we can look it up. Thank you. Thank you. Tara's son. Okay. You missed the last one. Did you read the last one though, Kathy? Did you tell me that you read it? I can't remember. Did you read The Scent Keeper? Yeah, I agree. Not bad things happening to kids. Okay. The Tinderland by William Kent Kruger. You've read Educated. Okay, well, I'll try and do some research and figure out. You guys can keep throwing books out there. Oh, I will say there's a new, hold on. I just saw a book and I was like, I want to read that. It's not Elin Hilderbrand. Who is the other? Kristen Hanna? She has a new book and her books are usually so good. Let me look it up. I don't remember what it's about, but it looked really good. Hold on. What is her new book? Is it her that has the new book? The Four Winds is the new one, I think. Oh no, that's not it. Is it The Great Alone? Hold on. I thought that she had a new one. When did this one come out? Maybe I'm thinking wrong. I don't know if that's it. Okay, I'll keep thinking. Maybe it was Elin Hilderbrand. I don't think I ever say her right. My bestie Yvette, she reads a ton of her books and really or listens to them on Audible. So everybody's giving some book ideas. Kristen Hanna is a great author. The Four Winds it doesn't come out till February of 2001. So maybe I saw like an update. I follow a couple of authors on Instagram and I saw it, but I'm not thinking that's the one. I can't remember. I'll have to look. The Girl Who Lived, The Terrorist, Son by Zach Ibrahim. Had to read it for summer reading senior year and I loved The True Story of the Son with the Boston Terror Attack. Interesting. Okay. Elin Hilderbrand is your favorite author. Yeah, I don't know that I've read anything of hers, but I've heard that she's amazing. The Nightingale is amazing. Yeah, The Nightingale was so good. I love Kristen Hanna. I love her. I haven't read 28 Summers. Escape Room by Megan Golden. It's her debut novel. I did love The Nightingale. It was so good. All right, well, I'll look into a few. You guys can keep giving me suggestions if you want. To Kill a Mockingbird. The Adventures of Donald Duck. I love it. I'm a big Disney fan. I worked for Disney for 10 years, so I would be okay with that. I love all things Disney. Did you guys have anything good for dinner? I don't know what happened last night. I started stress eating. I don't do that very often, but the past little bit I have been. And I had taco soup, which I had made. It was so good. But then I didn't want to go to bed. So then I ate some chili cheese Fritos. And then my husband got this like pimento cheese with like cracker, like little snack pack. And then I ate something else. And then I had the worst heartburn. I did it to myself. I kept saying, stop eating, stop eating, stop eating. And I don't usually eat when I'm stressed. I typically don't eat. It's the opposite. But I had the worst heartburn and we had no heartburn medicine in the house. It was like midnight. I was on the bathroom floor like half the night. It was awful. This morning when I had to wake the kids up for school, I was like, Brent, can you go get me some Tums? Bless his heart. He did. And I kind of felt like Bernie all day. Ugh, I hate that feeling. The one to watch about the fashion blogger, I haven't. Debbie, that was good too. The Lager Queen of Minnesota. Oh, you made the fajitas. Did you like them? That's good. Oh, KFC. Yeah, I love some KFC. I gotta stop. I've been painting our kitchen, and if there's an easy way to do it, we're not gonna do it easily. The first 3 days of painting the kitchen, I ended up fighting with my husband for 3 days. He was being an idiot. I was being an idiot. We fought in person. We fought over text. You have one of those times where you and your husband just aren't like clicking. And then we finally came together and figured it out. But we're just doing like a section a day, and it's taking forever. So I think at this point I have like 75% of it. He's taking the doors off. He's painting the doors. I'm painting the inside of the cabinets because some of them, we have glassed in kitchen cabinets. Those were painted, and the inside of the rest of the cabinets were not. So it's this dark wood, and so it's soaking up the paint, and they're deep cabinets. So it's been fun. Our kitchen has been in disarray for 2 weeks. So hopefully by Saturday I will be totally done, and that will be something off of my plate. If you chew peppermint gum at night, yeah, I tried all of the home remedies. I did try a bunch of those, but nothing worked. And then by this morning, it was like down in my stomach. Oh, cracked chicken in the crock pot. I have seen the recipe for that. Do you like it? I have to try that. I think that's a good recipe, and I even may have that pinned. I'm not sure. We finally are done painting my brother's basement and moved in downstairs. You did everything by hand. Yeah, we're doing everything by hand. It's a pain. We're painting it the same color, but we've lived here for like 16 years, and it just needed like a refresh. And I don't know. I think it's my big ramp up to painting the rest of our house. I hate painting. That's what I've learned. I don't like it. It's not my favorite. Yeah, like doors and trimming and all. So that we're just painting the cabinets right now, and then we're going to go back. I think our handyman is going to come, and I think he's going to do the white. The rest of our kitchen is white. I think I'm going to have him do that because there's a lot of like cut work and stuff. And plus we still have, believe it or not, an old rotary phone on our wall that we've never used, but it's just hung there. I don't know why. You know how you have things in your house and you don't pay attention to them? They're just there. So I ripped it off the wall, and I've got to have him like patch it up. And there's one more, like there's two more of these in our house, this one and then one downstairs. I've got to have him rip that one down, and then we'll have all of those, but this one down. It's a slow process. Slow process. Oh, you'll eat it like a dip. That sounds good. Painting is a pain. It is. Kathy, I did training. So you're okay. Hold on. You're first tomorrow. Okay. You have to let me know if you liked it. Oh, you can stick around, Kat. It's not a big deal. We can talk about whatever now. If anybody comes in and wants to talk about the book, we can. My brother is a pro. He did carpenter tech. Oh, that's awesome. My husband, if he knew that I told you this, he would probably kill me, but he pays our handyman to like change our like high light bulbs. Like he's the least handy person ever. And unfortunately, if I try to be handy, it annoys him. I don't know if it steps on his manhood or what it is, but it usually ends up in an argument. And so I just kind of step back, and I'm to the point now where I'm like done. And when our handyman comes, we get him when we have like a day's worth of work or 2 days worth of work. And I always have more work than he needs. And my husband, the things that he wants him to do are always the stuff that he gets done first. And the things that I want to do are always left. And finally I was like, forget it. I'm just going to take the bull by the horns and do this because I want my sunroom painted, if I could ever choose a color, and my living room painted. I just want to get some stuff done. I'm ready. I feel like we all are that way with quarantine. I want to repaint this bedroom, but this is a big job, so I don't know if I would do this one or not. But I just want to update some things. Audible while painting makes it better. Your husband's the same way. His dad wasn't around growing up. My husband's dad was a professor, like a history professor, and he would go to the boys. There was 3 boys. He would go to their baseball games and sit there and read like a history textbook. So he wasn't the like, he was like the absent-minded professor, like the epitome of that. So he wasn't great with that either. But my husband does have his oldest brother is very handy. So it just skipped him. He's great at so many other things. It's just not handy. Handy is not one of them. I should hire your brother. That's true. I'm actually going to keep the bedroom, I think, the same color because I do really like this color. It's just like the walls are, it's like I said, it's been 16 years since we moved in here. So the walls are like a little bit scratched up. There's a few like nail holes where we've where we've hung pictures. I don't know. It just needs a freshen up. New paint trim, the door, you know, you just need to freshen it up. But I am going to keep, I think, this color the same, and then the room next door to here, which I'm thinking about changing up and doing a clothing unboxing video room in there. I don't know if that's going to happen. It may be too small. We have a tiny room next door. This room's big, and it also has a huge office off of it. But the room next door here was Dawson's room when we moved in. It's literally like a nursery. It's tiny, and so after he got big enough, we moved his room, and that became his game room, but he doesn't really use it anymore. So it's this room that's just kind of empty, but it's tiny. I tried to make it a filming room at one point. It wasn't working, but that was a couple of years ago. So I think I'm going to try it again. We'll see. And I think I'm going to paint it the same color as this one. Yeah, that's Milo. Milo. Hi, buddy. His ears perked up, but he's like, no. A refresh is nice, yeah. Oh, that's nice. I want to paint our sunroom, but I don't know what I want. Our sunroom is this really weird, I don't want to say pea green, but it is a really weird shade of green. And I love it. It matches the tile. We have this greeny, I don't know, our tile is really pretty, and it's in our sunroom, which overlooks the pool, and there's tons of trees in our backyard, so I feel like that green wall sort of brings in the nature. But then part of me is like, should I just paint it like a gray? I've picked out the color, but I'm scared to like slap it on. So I can't decide. I feel like I wish that I could find like a interior designer who could just come for a day and be like, let's try this paint color, or move this here, or this is the piece of furniture you need, you know what I mean, without having to do like a total redo of the house. My mom had someone like that. She was an interior designer, and she had a baby, and she decided she wanted to stay home, but she would come and charge $50 an hour and do that. She would take the pictures that you had under your bed, or you know, things that you've collected, and she would use what you had and make it better. Wish I could find somebody like that here. Oh, thank you, Beverly. When I get my water damaged basement dry, my daughter, oh good. Oh, I'm sorry you had water damage. I do love the color of our bedroom. I really do. So I think I'm going to keep it the same. We matched it a while ago, but I don't remember the color. But I think I'm going to keep it the same. Maybe, I think it might be, like we did a little patch right above this. And it's like a tiny, like maybe half of a shade darker, so it'll probably be that one. My cousin's house before she painted was all sorts of colors. Her living room was bright orange, her sunroom was yellow green, and her hallway, oh, was a poop brown, and they repainted it white. I like color, I'm not afraid of color, but I kind of just want to do more neutrals throughout the rest of the house. I want to get my sunroom, and then my living room color goes all the way through my living room, up the stairs, around, and all the way down this hallway. So it's going to be a big change to change the living room color. I've done sneak peeks of my sunroom before I actually ask people what they thought I should do with my sunroom over on Instagram stories. So if you want to see more personal stuff, that's where I get it, over there. I will show you what I'm painting. I will show you a wall. I will show you what rooms look like and pieces of furniture. I've done that before. So if you want like any of that kind of stuff, Instagram story is the place that you will see that. I'm not super consistent on Instagram story. I post several times a week. The past 2 weeks I haven't posted a lot because the kids, it's just hard. Remote learning is hard. It's definitely not school. And I feel sorry for my son. He was supposed to be in this broadcasting class and the teacher's like, everything we do is in the studio. So it's hard for them to even figure out what they're teaching remotely. I don't know. It's just a weird situation. And then I have one kid that needs quiet. Even if we put headphones on them, they need quiet and they need to not be in their room. So they're in the dining room working. And if we come downstairs, they're like, ah! I just have one that has a little bit of a sensory issue. And so that makes it hard because I'm kind of stuck up here. I don't know. Why am I going into this? It's just been a rough couple weeks. We're praying COVID away. You like natural walls with pots of color. Yeah. My kids are doing well. They are doing well. They actually, I think they're liking the remote learning, except for the fact that they're not around a lot of their peers is hard, but they seem to be like they're in class with people every day. And Dawson is doing hockey and Emma decided to go back to acting. She's such a good actress. She went back and the guy that teaches her this one class is like, she tells him every day, he tells her every day, you have to have an agent, you have to have an agent. And she doesn't want that. And I'm glad she doesn't, but she's so good. And she had taken a year or two off of that and she's doing it again. And actually she had an audition. I heard her come in. So hopefully it went well. But she's doing pretty well. Yes, remote learning is very different than it was in the spring. In the spring, they had literally 2 days to pull something together and they were kind of doing the best they could. But here now they have to be in their room or they're at their computer at 8 o'clock and they go class to class to class to class. And they're in class with people, they're taking attendance. The teachers are really being good about meeting with the students individually. They have off Wednesdays. That's not technically off. They can meet with the teachers. They have independent work that they do. So they're they're in school all day. Emma's a little frustrated because it's her senior year and she's like, oh my gosh, there's so much work. And she's taking an art class and she's very meticulous at what she does. I don't know why I have a frog in my throat. And so the art projects are taking her a little bit longer, but I think she loves it. I'm going to take a drink. You have to do college remotely. A full-time job. Yeah, it's very hard. The daycare is right near the school. So are there still a lot of people at the daycare? A lot of kids? Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. And my son's very, very social. So I'm glad that he has hockey. So he can go and like hang out with his thing. Isn't there a woman that you talked about that has a box that you get with pretty stuff for the house that you can ask for decorating? And yeah, there is a lady. It's a habitation box, and she did help me, but ultimately I have to kind of. She said do a white piece of furniture, and I'm not convinced because of all the other furniture in the room, which I didn't show her. So she is good to help as much as she can, but I don't want to ask for free advice from her. We're studying K1 in school. I can't even imagine these little kindergartners doing remote learning. I can't imagine them being at school and having to keep those masks up, but I can't imagine sitting my kid in front of a computer and making them stay still. The kids are there, but they are doing half days for starters and gradually going back. So I don't know if we'll go back or not. I guess it all depends on, I think we're here at least for the first 9 weeks. So we'll see. I think we can make it work. There's just a lot of, like, the first day Zoom was totally down, so they couldn't do anything. Emma finally got on for the day in her last period class. And then I think it was Monday this week, Zoom was down nationwide again. And I think that a lot of kids started school again on this Monday where we started last Monday. So I think trying to handle all of the students is, and not overloading the system is been like a learning curve for them. But the teachers are doing an amazing job. It is totally different than it was in the spring. Hey, Robin. Now that is my stepdad. He's very much like that. He has a huge workshop, but they're in Florida. So yeah, that's awesome, Bryn. You're teaching a special, or like a special needs class? That's one thing I'm going to miss this year is I'm not coaching my special needs cheer team. I'm missing my volunteering and my being with the kids, and I don't know, it's hard. I'm ready to get back to normal. Okay, that makes sense, Megan. You get to take your granddaughter to her gymnastics, and her mom told her no hugging grandma. Oh, I bet you don't like that, Constance. I don't blame you one bit. You start preschool on the 8th. Well, good luck. Good luck. I know a lot of kids start that first Tuesday after Labor Day. So I know that there's a lot more going to be on the network. So we'll see what happens. But I'm really thankful for our teachers. Your schools went back on Monday and they got called today with several cases of COVID. So we will see if they stay open. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It's very mixed here in Georgia. Some kids some counties are going back like 2 days a week. Some kids are going back full time. It's just a mixed bag. We live in a huge county, huge, and there's a lot of diversity here. So I don't know if that had an effect on it. I know the county, like two counties south of us, they weren't going back, and the parents protested, and they let the kids go back to school. I don't know what the right answer is, because they gave us a choice in the beginning. We could send them to school, or they could do remote learning. And my husband wanted to send them, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. The kids wanted to go. And I just kept thinking, if I send them and they get sick, I'm not gonna forgive myself if something, God forbid, negative happens. Most cases they're going to be fine, right? And when they took it away from us and just said everybody's remote learning, I was actually thankful that I didn't have to make that choice, like that it was out of my hands. I'm not like that in most decisions, but this one I totally was. Oh, I'm sure you are excited. You're a special ed paraprofessional, and teaching our students online is so hard. I will say that I can relate to that. One of my special needs students that I coach, her mom posted on Facebook, "It takes a village to raise a kid, but it's going to take a vineyard to school mine." I resemble that statement. I don't drink, but I thought that was really funny. They do that online thing? Oh, I would love to know. Oh, I'll have to look into that, Bryn. If you know of what the company is, let me know. I would definitely be interested in that. That'd be a fun video to do. Some kids are allowed to have an option to be remote in the classes here in Rhode Island. Yeah, it just depends. The school districts kind of just decided. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you're gonna get little kids to stay, because I have I have one kid that touches everything. Like, she was a toucher, and then Dawson was like a button pusher. There was a button in the room, he was gonna push it. I would say, "Don't touch that." He would be like, "But I can't help it. I really want to touch that button, Mom." Oh my goodness. Modesty Design. Okay, let me look. I'll look them up. I kind of think I know what I want to do, but I just need somebody to be like, "That sounds good." before I do it. My husband's like, come on, what did you decide on the paint? Can you figure it out? And I'm like, no, I can't. Kindergartners are hard. I know. You know, and the thing is, kindergartners, they really, I mean, when I went to school, we only went a half day. I went to school in the morning, the teacher had lunch, and then the next group would come in the afternoon. So, I mean, these teachers can probably school their kids in a half day situation rather than drawing it out all day. That makes it so hard. I don't know. That's just my personal thoughts. All right, what time is it? All right, does anybody have any good like fall recipes that they're cooking? I would love to know. I'm kind of in the middle of wanting to do some different recipes and mix things up. Yeah, masks and hand sanitizer. I can't imagine it with regular kids, but with special needs kids, I don't know. I don't know. Some of them I can see them keeping them on, and other ones I can't. Butternut squash and sausage soup. I think I have a recipe for that pinned on Pinterest. So I'll have to try that. My family does love sausage. Yeah, the older kids too think that that online school is different and they can do what they want. Like my nephews are always doing Fortnite while listening to the teachers. Now I will tell you that one of my son's teachers, I'm throwing him under the bus, was like, I kept telling him to look, but he was looking off to the side. And sure enough, the Xbox controller was in his room. So we took that away. We were like, thank you, teacher. Thank you, because he can't have that. So they're paying attention. The teachers are, and I do appreciate that. But yeah, the older kids, it's hard to sit there all day. It is. It's got to be hard. They get one break and they get one lunch period. But I know it's hard to sit in front of a computer 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. They sit there 5.5 hours. White bean and sausage penne. I don't do penne because my husband's diabetic, so we don't do a lot of pasta, which makes it a little harder. I guess I should have put that in the caveat. We eat a lot of beans, like a lot of beans. We love beans. I was thinking about going paleo for just a little while, and the only thing that stopped me is because they are not supposed to have beans. We eat a lot of them. Yeah, cauliflower rice. Yeah, we do cauliflower rice and brown rice. I did make these like chicken rice, like Chipotle bowls the other day. Those were really good. My husband's like, make those again. Teachers are getting wise and getting Go Guardian. When they are online, they can see their screens. Oh, they don't have that here, I don't think. Ours log into a specific county-wide website. But yeah, the teachers are doing well. I'm very thankful. They've all sent emails home saying we're trying to meet in small groups with the kids so I can get to know your kid, which I appreciate too. I just feel so sorry for Emma as a senior. She's missing out on all the like fun, the fun things. Oh, this too shall pass, right? We hope. I don't know. I'm hoping that it all works out with this crazy pandemic and it doesn't go crazy again this fall with the flu on top of it. Yeah, we do a lot of sheet pan dinners. That's one of my favorite things. Ground turkey with onions and a can of baked beans and some barbecue sauce and rice. Quick, easy, and hearty. We really like the black bean broth from Trader Joe's, and then I put 2 cans of beans in it with some yellow rice, and you can scoop on avocados or sour cream, or you can mix up like kielbasa and put on time. It's so good. Oh, absolutely, Cami. I 100% agree with that. All right, so I will get back to you guys on what the next book club book will be. So I don't know if I'll do a whole video on it. Maybe I will, but look in my community tab. Oh, I wanted to ask you guys another question really quickly. So YouTube has taken away the email notification. So if I post a video up, you're not going to get notified anymore. It's not going to happen. They say that only 1%. I do not believe this, but they say that like I think they said less than 1% or 5% or a low number actually opens those. And so they've taken them away. And so I'm thinking about doing like maybe a texting service you can sign up for. So when I have a new video, if you can opt in or opt out, it's totally like up to you. I may do something like that, but it's a little frustrating when you work so hard and then YouTube is not pushing it out and notifying you guys that I'm there. So just FYI, I post a video almost every day at 5 p.m. Well, every day at 5 p.m. And then on Tuesdays and Saturdays, I post in the morning. So if you don't see a notification and you haven't heard from me, there's probably a video there. Just go over and watch for it. That would be great. Okay. I'm going to look into it and see what I can find. Does anybody know of any like text services like that? That's the only thing I can think of. And like I said, if somebody doesn't want to opt in, I'm not going to make you sign up for a text that you don't want to get. But there are people that are telling me like constantly, I'm not getting notified. I'm not getting notified. I'm not getting notified. And I was just trying to figure out a way to do that. So I'll look into that and see what I can figure out. You guys are so quiet tonight. Usually the chat is going so fast I can't keep up. Any other questions about boxes or fall videos you want to see? Boxes you thought that were interesting? Let me know. Let me know. I can't believe it's going to be September on Tuesday. That's crazy. He's so cute. If I go over to him, he'll let me pet him right here. Only when he's like that asleep, and then he'll turn his little belly over and let you get his stomach. It's so cute. Oh, you've never heard of sheet pan dinners before, Teresa? They are the best. Roast some vegetables, throw your meat on there, totally done. Easy cleanup. They're so good. If you just search Pinterest and you search sheet pan dinner, a million of them will come up. No, well, if they, do you actually have to sign up for YouTube? No, I don't. You show up on YouTube as your name, so you're on there. I'm always on the lookout. 5 p.m. every day. I have the next few days filmed ahead. I'm waiting for one more box. Give you all a little sneak peek. I have a one of those big unboxings coming, but they're all brand new boxes that have never been on my channel before. A bunch of them I had never even heard of. So that should be fun. We're going to open them together, but I'm waiting on one more. If it doesn't come by Saturday, I'm just going to film it and I'll do that box separately, but hopefully it'll come in tomorrow or Saturday. I do have another haul coming up, Megan, that may or may not have some candles in it. If I do more lifestyle videos, Lori, they're probably going to be hauls or maybe fall lookbooks or something, which, I mean, that can be debatable whether you want to spend money from those too. Perfume videos. There is a company, I have it written down in a book, that I need to reach out to see about a perfume subscription. I've done a few, 2 or 3 different ones, but there's one specific, I think it's called Wicked Good Perfume, that I want to see if they would like to send me a box. I've done, I think I've done 2 perfume different boxes over a couple of times. I know, new boxes. I'm excited. I did keep everything from Stitch Fix, but I sized up on the dress because I felt like the bodice was just a little bit tight. Scent Bird. I haven't done Scent Bird. Hey, Barbara. Outfits from hauls, maybe. Stay tuned portraits. That may or may not be the box that I'm waiting on right now. My paper box I already did for this month. I did it at the beginning of the month. I did my paper box and mini together. So that the August unboxing is up. It happened, like I said, maybe the 2nd week of September. Use your code for Mintmongers. Thank you. The singles boxes. Yes, here's the deal. I've come to a realization, and I feel stupid to even admit this, but I'm going to tell you. I turned down you guys would not, I turned down so much, like at least 10 things a day I turned down. And I turned down a lot of boxes, like dog boxes because I don't have a dog. I haven't tried a singles box. Somebody asked me for a pregnancy box the other day. I don't do those kind of boxes, but why? I'm an unboxing channel. Just because I don't have a dog doesn't mean I can't unbox a dog box. You know what I mean? So you are going to see some more. I canceled 5 boxes, and you are going to see some different boxes coming on the channel slowly as I move into fall and then Christmas. I do a lot of different videos. Usually for Christmas I do why do I say do I do a lot of lifestyle videos during that time, like fun homemade wrapping paper and stuff like that. I don't, Nancy. I tend not to like anything on my Shop My Style on Stitch Fix. I kind of feel like, in a way, although I had a good Stitch Fix box, I'm outgrowing Stitch Fix a little bit. That's just the way I'm feeling right now. I do have a new, well, it's new to my channel. It's been around for about 1.5 years or 2 years, a clothing unboxing that I've never done before that's coming out tomorrow. It's a little hint from that. Let's see. Dogs, yeah. So there's a puppy dog coming. I did like the jewelry, Barbara. Thank you. No, I have not tried the murder mystery boxes, but that's sort of some of the things that I'm trying. The problem with the date night boxes, my husband is super interested, but he doesn't want to be on camera. So if that box happens, well, it is going to happen. That part of it is not going to be on camera, although I will be able to tell you about it. Vegan subscriptions. Well, I do a ton of those. I do Bella Skin Box. I do Love Goodly. I've done the Bombay and Cedar box. I do a lot of vegan and cruelty-free skin boxes. Those are 4 right off the top of my head, but there's more that I do. And I think there's at least 1, but it may be 2 that are coming in that big unboxing. The girl from Victorious on Disney Channel created a special box for a cruelty-free makeup. Okay. You love the Israel box, but it's pricey. The Israel box I'm not going to be doing this month, but they are doing a beauty box that they sent me for review. So hopefully I'll get that one up. I'm running out of time at the end of the month. I always have more boxes than I have months, so it makes it hard. It's a beauty subscription, vegan. Yeah, you'll have to let me know what that one is, Megan. But I do a lot of those. The Wanderlust box hasn't updated since the Phuket box. I checked on that the other day. So, well, I checked on it maybe a month ago. I won't say the other day. But it's still the box that I have already previously unboxed. But I love that box, the Wanderlust box. And I feel like not a lot of people do that one. Long before the pandemic. I think there's several murder mystery boxes. I think even the date night company has a murder mystery box. I will say in mailing things overseas, it's not, I know it feels overpriced, but for what, I guess a lot of that is shipping. All right, any last questions, ladies? Let me know. Any fall things you want to see, fall boxes, fall anything. I do have newness coming. Tomorrow I'm actually sitting down. I try and do that at the end of the month and plan the next month out. Reach out to companies, stuff like that. So there's some excitement coming up that I can't share yet, but there's going to be some good videos coming. All right, you guys, thank you for stopping by. I'm so glad. I'll have to let you know what I decide about book club. We had around 50 people tonight, and I was hoping to have a little bit more. So I don't know. I'll do a poll on my community tab and see what everybody's feeling. I do know that some people couldn't come tonight, so we'll see how it is. I know somebody mentioned if we could keep it up through the month, but honestly, I can't do, with our schedule right now, I can't do lives just for a book club. It excludes too many people. and takes a lot of time for the amount of people that would come. So I don't know if we could do something like that, or maybe I could do it on Instagram. I'm not sure. So let me look at it and see what's coming up. I will try and pick another one if you guys decide you want to do it. We have put that on hold, Kathy, just because he got a job shortly after we had decided on that, and he's a busy boy. He does travel hockey and has a job and is now doing school remotely. So I don't know. We'll see. I still would love to do it. We have a whole page of ideas for it, but it's just not the right time, and that's okay. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good night. Bye.